So today has been a pretty okay day. Not a lot has happened. Um, Usually I go to work around sometimes 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Sometimes I go to work from 10 to 8, 10 to 8. I want to say no, that doesn't sound right. 10 to 6. That sounds more accurate. But today I went and worked from 1:30 to 8:30. Um, and that was fun. Uh, and other than that, not a lot has happened really from today and yesterday. Uh, Although there is some new things, I am going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon to go down to LA so I can visit my uncle and his family and my aunt. Then I'm going to be down there for 2 days, 2 days and then 2 nights. Then on the third day, I'm going to be leaving, which is Sunday from now. I'm going to be leaving. Then coming back because I have to leave early in the morning because I have work on Sunday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's pretty much a go there, spend the next 2 days, have fun, and then Sunday's going to be a hi-bye. Then after that, next week, which is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe it's Friday. Anyhow, next week, I'm going to be going to Arizona to be going to my brother's in-person graduation, even though he did pretty much everything online. I believe he went to Phoenix of Arizona, if I recall correctly. I don't remember. But good for him. And if you're watching, because I know you like to watch my real life videos, I love you, butthead. Anyhow, yeah, my brother sometimes watching my videos, which is fun. Then after that week, which is going to be again 3 days, the week after that, my sister is going to be flying from Utah to home, and she's going to spend a full week, 7-day week, or more like 6 days, and a morning and afternoon, really. But still, she's going to be here for a week. And she's bringing her boyfriend. Yay! No, her boyfriend, he's a nice guy. He is sweet. But she's bringing her boyfriend. Yay! I doubt you're watching, but if you are seeing this, hi. I'm just playing with you. Anyhow, other than talking to individuals, I'm wanting to talk to you, the general, whoever I'm talking to. And I need to do a push-up because, again, I made that promise, and I don't know why I made that promise as of this point, and I just took the battery out. I don't know why. I need to do a push-up, but because I did 2 the other day, it's not really necessary, but I want to see if I can do 3 this time. 3 push-ups today. And again, I'm sporting out my nice Camp Chawanakee red flannel torn up pajamas, but this time I'm actually wearing the Camp Chawanakee staff shirt, which is nice. It's a nice shirt. I remember going to the camp and seeing the staff wearing a lime green or like a neon green color shirt. It was exactly the same layout, just green, and I thought that was cool. Anyhow, let's do a push-up, shall we? That's the bed frame. That's my chair. Already I'm not liking this. My hand is already hurting. My goodness. Oh, my knuckles popped. Okay, let's just get this over with. let's do three. Nope. My hand is really hurting on this floor. My goodness. Will it help if I get a towel or something? I have this towel right here. Maybe it'll help. And it's my left hand. It's really cramping. Oh, yeah. It's not stopping it, but it's helping. Kinda. Anyhow. I don't need you to see my butt. Let's get this over with, shall we? Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's just at least do two. I want to try. You're watching me trying to talk myself out of it. And even though I'm not really talking, I don't want to do this. Come on. No. Nope. Again, it's my left hand. What's going on with my left hand? Oh. I haven't even done one yet, and my left hand's hurting. Oh my goodness. Why is my left hand hurting? My goodness, why? I just want to get this done and over with. Billy, why did I make this promise to you? Why? You're probably going to say something like, I didn't tell you to do it. I didn't force you to do it. Is it normal I feel a heartbeat in the palm of my hand? I swear. How about I just do it this way? Just vertical. Just. Am I just not doing this right? Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do 3 today. Ouch. Oh. But there, I did the 1. And to be honest, right now, that's all that matters. Okay. Oh, I'm going to need a drink of water. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a drink of water. I'm really thirsty. Ow. I'm going to pause this. Come back. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it may be different. As you notice, that's not there. So when I worked at the Camp Chawanakee, the camp I was at for 5 years, when I every year that I went there as a scout, I always had one of these. I had different colors. One was blue, one was black. This one's red. But I would mainly drink water out of this for a very long time. And this is a 24-ounce bottle. It did the job. It worked for what I needed it for. Excuse me. But like I was saying, again, I would mainly use this for water. But when I was at the campsite, they had a trading post, at the trading post they had a snack shack. What I would do is I would ask them to fill this up with ice water. But whenever I wanted to, if you bought a new bottle, you would get a free soda fill. And for every $1, if you have this bottle, doesn't matter what year. If different years have different colors, like I said, blue, black, red, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the Camp Chawanakee embedded bottle, you can get a soda fill for $1. And if you didn't have one, a normal soda and a cup would be like $2 to $6 or something like that. I don't remember. Um, but I always, every now and then, if I had $1, I would get a soda fill. Now, the difference is that when I became a staff member, you can get one free soda fill a day. Now, that was great. My favorite soda, as majority of you know, is Coca-Cola. But at Camp Chawanakee, they have Pepsi. Oh, don't get me wrong, Pepsi is okay. I prefer Coke. I'm a Coke guy. But even if I got Pepsi and this type of bottle, it's okay. But because I was getting tired of Pepsi, I always went with root beer. Mainly because it didn't explode every time I would open it. Because when I would carry it with me, it was A, either in my pocket, or B, hanging off of a carabiner on the side of my belt. And so I mainly went with root beer because A, it was a good substitute for Coke at the time, and B, it didn't explode like all the other sodas. Yeah, it would go a little bit flat, but hey, I was okay with that. And well, my 5th year, the difference between my first 4 years compared to my 5th is before I went to Camp Chawanakee, I spent a week at a thing called NYLT, National Youth Leadership Training. And I spent a week doing that, and because I did that, I ended up getting a free water bottle. And as you can see right here, it has a sticker that says National Youth Leadership Training. And this was a great water bottle. I haven't used this in a good over a year, but when I did use it at Camp Chawanakee, oh, this was amazing. At Camp Chawanakee, some of you know this, but a lot don't. I worked as a medic. Well, I say medic, but it was more of a first aid counselor. I was a first aid counselor, and one of the big things was drink your water. And the medics, the real medics, they every beginning of the week, with all the new campers, they would be like, whenever you go to the snack shack, you should ask for the medic special. Oh, okay, let's go to the snack shack and get a medic special. A medic special. If you can't guess, it's ice water. That, or you can get the special secret item called Justice. Spell Justice. Justice. Just ice. That one was mainly a troll on the new first years. And to be honest, I did fell for it on my first year. There's a bunch of other secret drinks like the Pirates. It's not called Pirates. It's just called the Caribbean. I always call it Pirates of the Caribbean because it's easier to remember. Then there's the Purple Dragon. Of course, this one's not a secret, but it's still a secret. The Suicide. The not so secret Suicide. There wasn't a lot of drinks. There was like Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer, water, a couple of other drinks I don't remember off the top of my head. But the thing is, my first day working there, I filled this up with soda. I don't remember which one. I think it was root beer at the time. But I filled this up with soda, and boy, that was a big mistake, because the moment I opened the lid, it exploded on me, and it made the outside very sticky, and I never realized how prone to stickiness this bottle is. So I filled this up with ice water, and because this thing is nice and insulated on the inside, if you put hot things in there, it'll stay hot. If you put cold things in there, it will stay cold for a long time. I think when I had just ice in here, it lasted like a week without really melting, which I think was neat. And again, I filled this up with soda. So every day I had this. I at least drank all of this, at least a minimum of one full bottle. And for every 2 bottles I drank of this, I had one soda of this. I don't know how many ounces this one bottle is. I don't know. I should probably figure that out at some point. But for every 2 bottles of this, I had one bottle of this. And I would always hook this up to my belt like this. And it was kind of annoying because every time I had to walk, every day at the time, I would walk at least a minimum of 5 miles. And you would just hear this. But the only difference is there would be ice in both of them, and you would hear a lot of ice sloshing around. I wouldn't know what to say for that. Oh, and that's another thing. The reason why I got root beer is they also had ice cream. They had Dots. They had Dibs. They had like Twix ice cream and stuff like that. I always went with the Dibs because I enjoyed Dibs. And because I don't like drinking cola drinks while I'm having a vanilla ice cream in any way, shape, or form, root beer was a good round that. Because because it's so hot up there, the Dibs would kind of always be melted even in the freezer. The outside shell would still be intact, but the inside was nice and creamy. And I actually prefer it nice and creamy on the inside of the ice cream. And after I stick one in my mouth, I'd open it with my teeth. There's nothing in this now, but I would have a sip of my root beer. And I liked it that way. But with this, so this is just a pop on and off lid. This, I actually had to twist it constantly. It's a little annoying. I haven't done that in a while. I would always lick the bottom of the cap just to make sure any excess water wouldn't drop down and get me wet. And now there's a thing of saliva that, gross. Oh yeah, I would always drink your water. Now, because I was a first aid counselor, one thing I told all my students is if you see me drink my water, you have to drink your water. I don't care if you're thirsty or not, drink your water. Because the campsite was at a very high elevation. Trying to remember the elevation off the top of my head, but I can't remember. The troop number that the staff went by was the exact elevation of where Camp Chawanakee is, and I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It's been over a good year. Actually, no, it's almost been 2 years. Yeah, dang. It's almost been 2 years. My goodness gracious, that's been a long time. My gosh. Yeah, Camp Chawanakee was my first real paying job. And I was there for only a summer, partly a summer. Because the camp, it was open for, if I recall correctly, 8 weeks. And my camp troop came in always on week 3. And NYLT was on week 2. So at the time, I was only, all the 4 previous years, I was there for 1 week each time. But 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I was there for NYLT for 1 week. That was new to me. I was so weirded out because now I'm going to be spending 2 weeks at Camp Chawanakee, one at NYLT and one at the actual camp. Oh my goodness, that water's making me burpy. But it was weird because I was there for now 2 weeks. Now, when I'm actually at the camp that week, my good friend Spencer, I haven't talked to him in, again, 2 years. I wonder how he's doing. I don't have his phone number, sadly. I should have gotten his phone number. Um, we're friends on Pokemon Go, but you can't really communicate in Pokemon Go, which is dumb. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, Spencer. Within the very first few days, I think it was even the first day of week 3 of the camp. Spencer, he was the guide, my troop guide, for the campsites for that week, and he was talking to me and some of my other troop members at the time, and he was saying, like, to be honest, just between you and me, we're kind of short-handed on staff this year, so, and I'm like, I can apply. I'm still, what was I, 17? Yeah, 19, 18. Yeah, I was 17 at the time. And I said, can I apply? And it's like, oh yeah, sure, you totally can. So within that week, I think it was more towards the end of the week, really, I applied, and they're like, well, when can you come in? I said, when do you want me? And they said, next Sunday. And it was Friday. And I'm like, okay, Saturday. I'm going to have to book you down back home. I'm going to have to buy the whole uniform and everything I need from the scout shop and literally come back the next day. And so we did that, which was that was hectic. But I was excited because it was my first job. It was my first real paying job. The only downside is I was there for 2 weeks, and I'm already tired of the camp because I've only been there for 1 week each previous year, but now I've gone 2 weeks, and now you're saying I need to go a whole 6 more weeks? No, 7 more weeks. It was 7 more weeks. It was 8 weeks. Oh, I'm going crazy now. The camp was 8 weeks. I was there on week 2 and 3, so week 1 already happened. So 2 plus. Yeah, I was right. 7 weeks. I was there for 2 weeks. I was already going crazy because I've never been there for more than a week, and I'm going crazy. But now you're saying I need to be there for 7 more weeks, but the benefit is I get paid for doing it. Yeah, let's do it. So I because it was my last year there, quote unquote. I already knew the camp layout like the back of my hand. So I knew the ins and out pretty easy. Because I've been there for many years, I know a lot of traditions, you could say. And so, and plus with the National Youth Leadership Training, that was just a bonus that pretty much immediately got me hired. So that was great and dandy. And I enjoyed a lot of it. I had some happy times, I had some sad times, I had some angry times, not gonna lie. I had quite a few confusing times, because there's always a lack of communication. Like, for example, at the time, within my first week or 2 of actually working there, I was at the waterfront. And the bonus benefit is being able to become a CPR Life certified by just going to the training. Well, I went to the training thinking it was only going to be a 1-night thing. Just to find out it was a 2-night thing, and they never told me it was going to be a second night, and that really threw me off, and that made me not so happy. I tried becoming a certified lifeguard, but because I had a hard time diving because of my natural weight. A lot of people, they can dive down easily, but with me, I'm like a human buoy. I naturally float. I have a hard time diving, and because of that, I get stuck. And I had to swim down like 7 to 10 feet, I believe, if I recall correctly. Pick up a 5 to 10 pound weight, I can't remember, and bring it back and do all this nonsense off the top. I can't remember every nitty-gritty detail. Like I said, it's been 2 years. Almost 2 years at this point. But I had to do all this stuff within a certain time limit, and even if I could do it, I already knew I was too slow. And I just had a hard time diving. And I just feel really bad. That was not a happy point in my career. And because I couldn't meet the requirements, they moved me. The main leader counselor person, the head of the waterfront, he said there was no personal problem. There is nothing wrong, but I was being transferred to the Eagle Point to become the first aid counselor. And yeah, I had fun. But even though he said it was nothing personal and nothing like that, nothing was wrong, I still felt like something was wrong, and I'm starting to become emotional just thinking about it. And I went from a cabin with 2 guys who were cool guys. They were awesome. They played Pokemon. They were really nice. And I was literally on a bed. I had a bed frame and everything. I had a shelf where I can actually put stuff on. And I was moved to... And plus, when I got up, I was immediately at my workplace. But no, I get transferred to a far side into the woods area, which is one of the farthest sides of the camp. And my workstation was literally all the way on the other side of the camp. And I had to walk this pathway every day, like 5 times. And that was like I said, 5 miles. I walked 5 miles every day. Yeah, I did lose some weight. I should probably try to walk 5 miles every day. Okay. But I had a lot of walking. I literally went from having one of the greatest jobs where you just get up, you're already there on the work floor, to, great, now I have to hike all the way, and it was not fun. Now, and again, I went from a bed frame to just sleeping on 2 mattresses on the floor. They said they were going to get me a bed frame, but they never did, and I spent like a good 4 to 5 weeks sleeping on 2 mattresses on the floor. To be honest, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind sleeping on the floor, but I was still annoyed. Now, my new roommate at the time, his name was Ryan. He's a nice guy. I haven't talked to him in a good long time. I wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing good. But he played games like Skyrim, Mario Kart, Smash, like everyone else. And he had a Switch long before I had a Switch, and I said, hey, if I bring my TV, that TV right up there, if I bring my TV up, do you think I could play on your Switch? Oh, yeah, sure. So I did. I brought up my TV. You know, that TV looks big. It looks big in here. But when I brought it up there, it looked tiny. And I was surprised of how tiny it looked up there. Weird. But I brought it up. He had a table. Set it on the table. I also brought my a Blu-ray player, and I brought a handful of movies. I brought a few Blu-ray, a few DVDs. I also brought a thumb drive full of some music. So whenever I was, so in late nights, we would watch a movie together sometimes. When I'm by myself, I would just listen to some music that I brought over. Because at the time, I didn't really, I had a phone, but I had very poor connection. I didn't have a lot of storage, so I didn't have a lot of stuff on it. I bet if you go to my main channel, and look back, you'll probably find some videos. And because I was low on storage, I tried live streaming some videos. At the time, I was able to live stream off my phone before that whole mass shooting thing. That person live streamed at a church, I believe. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But because of that, they removed the feature, and now you have to have 1,000 subscribers just to use a stupid feature that I really enjoyed, that a lot of people actually liked, and I was making pretty good content. And I had access to it. But no, one person had to do something stupid, and everyone has to punish you for it. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. But back to what I was saying, because I had no storage on my phone, I would live stream these vlogs. Little messages kind of like what we're doing now. But the only difference is I would hold it up close to my face and I would be walking around. But because I had very, 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 very poor data connection up there, excuse me, majority of the files did not fully upload, and because of that, the uploads got canceled, and because I had lack of storage on my phone, they didn't back up onto my camera roll. So there are quite a bit of footage long gone. And there's quite a bunch of stories that I was speaking at the time that I don't remember now. I should have probably written them down, but I don't remember. So, yeah, Camp Chawanakee is a great place to be. It's a great campsite, a great time. Being a staff member was certainly a different experience because I gotta see what it's like to be on the other side of the wall. But it's so weird because there are times when the scouts would be either sleeping or going to bed. Me and a bunch of the other staff members would be going to this patio with a bunch of tables, and they would be setting up a TV and their Switch, and we'd be taking turns playing Smash Brothers or Mario Kart. Oh, it was fun. Everyone loved Smash, and Mario Kart was a definite go. And speaking of Go, Pokemon Go was especially a big hit up there. We had 2 Pokestops and we had 1 gym. Actually, I think we now have 3, but I can't remember. But I know we had 1 gym, and it was our 52 feet tall rock climbing wall. That was our gym, and because a lot of the people kept kind of arguing because we were all close and personally knew each other. My friend Spencer, I'm bringing him up again. He made a schedule. I think it was him, but they made a schedule of which team would take the gym at this time, and this time, and it would rotate every day, except for like Friday or Saturday. I can't remember, but one of those days was a free for all. Is if you can get the gym, you get the gym. And they're like, if you knock out that opponent during their time, that so everyone can get the maximum amount of coins and usage. But if you were to knock them out and take it over, we know who your username tag is. We know who you are, and we will stop you. That was pretty much what it was. So, and there's been many times where I didn't even get into the gym because I wasn't fast enough to get to the gym on time. Stupid schedule. I want to play the game just how it was meant to be. But it was okay. I've been in quite a couple of raids with them. I remember when it was when the reanimated Mewtwo movie came out, and they had mechanized Mewtwo. I was in that raid. We managed to beat that Mewtwo, but I sadly did not catch it, and I was very, very disappointed. That was sad. Sad face. Yeah. Pokemon Go, Smash, and Mario Kart. That was the top 3 games at Camp Chawanakee. And I remember before the week before I became staff, I was hanging out with Spencer, getting to know him a little bit better. I was that was in nature, which was crowded by a bunch of trees. And I remember sitting there with him and a bunch of other staff members. He was like, "Oh, they're about to become staff. They can hang with us." Oh, yay! And well, we were playing games like Cyanide and Happiness. Joking Hazard, that's what it's called, Joking Hazard. I only played that game once, and that was 2 years ago, and that was a funny game. I had fun playing that. That was so dark, so stupid, and not a good game, but it was fun. Just as bad as Cards Against Humanity, but that game was fun.